Back when I was unmotivated around the age of 15 years old, around year 10, I reckon, I was basically playing video games, wasting my life when I could have been putting that time into something a lot more important like what I'm doing now in order to become successful and be on the track to becoming successful. All I did was play games, jerk off, and think about suicide back then. And I was scared of the unknown. I was scared of taking risks. I was basically scared of everything, like a scared little fat brown boy is scared of this new world that we live in today. Now, if you like self-improvement videos, which you obviously do because you clicked on this one, like, hit subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to set clear goals. Now, before you even do this, what you want to do is write down your liabilities and your assets. Are you strong? And if so, are you strong physically or strong mentally or both? Now, you want to use your assets to your advantage, what you're good at. You don't want to do something like, all right, think about the team of a soccer coach. Think about being a soccer coach. Now, the soccer coach isn't going to put the best striker as a defender, is he? No, he's going to put the defender as the defender and the striker as the striker. And this is because he does this because he knows the strengths of people. So you need to identify the strengths of yourself and use that to your advantage to come up with goals that you can actually do that are realistic. And this isn't to say don't dream big. Of course you want to dream big. Dream big is always good. Dream big is how you get successful. But before you set your goals, do this first. And set clear goals. Make them detailed. Think about, this is something I used to do, right? I used to think about girls a lot back then because I was like degenerate, and I would just think about like taking them on dates and shit, like dumb, like autistic shit. Like I would plan out fucking everything before I even asked them out. So go into detail about your goals, or else they're just gonna be just goals, just things that you're not gonna end up doing. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to practice discipline daily. Something that I do for that is obviously I pray. I mean, I guess you could say that requires discipline. I try to pray 5 times a day. But also when I wake up in the morning, I do my 100 push-ups. It's very, very important. Doing things like this, it slowly builds discipline up in time. It slowly builds discipline over time, and this is how you become more motivated. This is how you become more successful. Because if you don't have your discipline sorted, then how do you expect to be motivated? How do you expect to be successful? You have to do things because you have to do them, not because of what you feel like. And the next thing I want to go on to is you want to constantly learn. You want to constantly be a life student. Something that people don't really understand because their ego is too high. They feel like they don't have to listen to people. They don't have to do these things because they view themselves as being above them when really they're way below them. So we want to continuously learn. Maybe even find somebody like a mentor or something like me or Hamza or my other friend Lucas Self-Improvement. Really, really good. Who's a close friend of mine. Have a mentor that you can learn from. Now, the next thing I want to say is you want to take action and embrace failure. I used to be very, very scared of failure, I used to be terrified of it. I used to think, oh, people will judge me. People will do all this. People will do all that. Oh, people are going to think I'm a failure. Do you want to take action and be willing to fail? But not only be willing to fail, learn from that failure and try again. The most successful men, the most motivated men, when they fail, they don't stop, do they? It's like when you're super thirsty and you fill up a cup of water. Oh no, you spilled the water, but you're dying of thirst. Are you going to just let the water just be on the floor and just not clean up and fill up another glass of water? No, you're going to fill up another glass of water. And this is what you have to do with life. If you fail at something, you have to do it again. Learn from your mistakes, all right? Maybe you're going to move the cup this way. Or maybe you're going to be more careful when you're holding the cup of water so you don't spill it. You know, learn from your failures. Learn from your mistakes. This is how we learn. How do babies learn to walk and learn to crawl? They're like, oh, I'm crawling, but I'm doing it wrong. Mommy and daddy aren't happy. Oh, but if I move like this, mommy and daddy start smiling and they start clapping. They say, good job, good job. They start doing this. Oh, well, I need to move my leg like this. I need to move my hand like this. That's embracing failure. This is something that's built into our DNA. Embracing failure. And this is what you have to do in day-to-day life. Now, the next thing you have to do is maintain a healthy lifestyle. And I'm not just talking about mental, I'm talking about physical as well. If you're a fat fuck, like I'm going to call someone out. If you're like H3H3, right? And you're a fat fuck, you're not going to be happy, are you? You're going to be depressed. He is the type of guy who will say, and he did say this, life's too short to exercise. Imagine thinking life is too short to exercise. Fucking hell. I used to think like that too back when I was a fat fuck. And that was when I was thinking about suicide. So, physical and mental health are kind of intertwined. In order to have good mental health, you have to have good physical health. In order to have good physical health, you have to have good mental health. Why? Because having good physical health builds discipline, and it builds up your mental health as well. Now, the next thing is to cultivate a positive mindset. If you're always thinking negatively, if you're always thinking, oh, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna be bad, not saying that failure is a bad thing, like I just mentioned, failure is a good thing, but thinking, oh, I'm not good enough to do this. Having limiting beliefs, right? Having limiting beliefs is such a terrible thing you can do. Oh, I'm not ready to do this yet. Oh, I should wait a bit longer. I'm not ready yet. That's a limiting belief. That's a sign of a man with a weak mindset, like you. Alright, you might be thinking, oh, this guy just said I had a weak mindset. Obviously, you clicked on this video. But that's not a bad thing. It would be a bad thing if you weren't doing anything about it, but you're sitting down, you're watching this video, and you're doing something about it. So that's good. Yeah, just have a positive mindset. It's one of the best things that you can do, honestly. Before you get on self-improvement, you have to fix your mindset first. Anyway, the last note I have here is network and seek mentors. So, by what I mean by network is I don't mean it in the business aspect quite. I mean, also you can do that. That's how you become successful. You network, you talk to people. But network in your social sector as well, right? If you're networking or hanging out with bad friends, you're the sum of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. If you're with bad friends, you're going to be a bad person yourself. Have good friends and seek mentors. And not only seek mentors like me or like Hamza, listen to them. Spend time watching videos. I mean, not too much. You don't want to be watching self-improvement videos 24 hours a day, not doing shit. But spend time, sit down and listen to what we're saying, because what we're saying is actually providing good information that we want to use in order to help you, in order to create a better next generation of men like yourself. Anyway, that's about it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and as always, in the description is a Gmail. What the fuck? Sorry, my laptop just bugged out. Anyway, in the description is a Gmail. Just email me, and we can set up a coaching session. Anyway, that's it. Goodbye. See you. Like, subscribe, all that. Stay safe, kings. Good shit.